Steve Kornacki at the big board. And Steve, I have to repeat my question. Remind the folks how consequential it is to call the state of North Carolina as a projection, 7:30 Eastern time closing.
Yeah, we say they're rare. They're getting pretty common all of a sudden. And what you're seeing here, some demographic characteristics very similar here in North Carolina to what we had in Virginia. 27%, just over a quarter of the electorate in North Carolina, African-American. Take a look at how the black vote is breaking down. Again, Joe Biden over 60%. Sanders still stuck on that number of just 16%. Overwhelming support from a quarter of the electorate there for Joe Biden. This pattern is now South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina. We are seeing it everywhere. When you look at white voters, by the way, in North Carolina, here's what you're seeing. Again, Biden's winning there, too. It's a double-digit margin. It's not as much as the black voter margin, but it's a double-digit margin. That adds up to a landslide. That adds up to a landslide in North Carolina for Joe Biden, a landslide for Joe Biden in Virginia. And it's telling us a couple of things. First of all, the results we're getting from these early states are telling us that the idea that there was broad momentum for Joe Biden coming out of South Carolina, that is now being backed up by what we're seeing in these results. Why do I say that? Because on Saturday night, as Joe Biden was winning South Carolina overwhelmingly, we got a poll out of Virginia, and it put Bernie Sanders ahead by 2 points. That's how much movement, how quickly and how much you've had movement in states like Virginia and North Carolina. It tells you that the question I posed at the beginning of the night, was this going to be about Bernie Sanders and how big his delegate lead was going to be? Or was tonight's story going to be about whether Bernie Sanders was going to emerge tonight with a delegate lead? The results we are seeing in Virginia and North Carolina tonight are suggesting that that second storyline is the one we maybe need to start following here.
Thank you, Steve.
Kornacki, can I just ask you one follow-up question that is about the age of voters that are turning out? Obviously, Senator Sanders, his theory of the case is that while he may lose moderate and swing voters, he will more than make up for it by turning out first-time voters and young voters. Do we have any meaningful data yet in terms of figuring out whether or not the proportion of the electorate in these states is tilting young or old or neither?
Yeah, I'm just looking at North Carolina right now in our exit poll. Under 30 years old, 13%. And the breakdown there is 54 to 21. Here's one I can show you. The under 45, over 45 divide in North Carolina. Take a look here, under 45. By the way, Sanders winning this, double digits, 42-31. This is not the margin his campaign has been hoping on in states. Give you a comparison in Nevada. Remember the night in Nevada when Bernie Sanders was winning big and we were talking about maybe there's a bandwagon effect? This same group of voters in Nevada was 56 Sanders and 8 Biden.
Yeah.
The youngest voters. Tonight, 31 Biden, nearly a third of the younger electorate here, under 45 with Biden, and Sanders dropping from 56 to 42. And then if you take a look here at over 45, just to show you, Biden 50, and Sanders behind Bloomberg. No inroads for Sanders with older voters. Biden in states like North Carolina and Virginia making some inroads with younger voters.
Wow. Bloomberg outpacing Sanders with voters age 45 and over.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.